Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to, for lack of a better term, one of the games I grew up with, Mutant Football. It's a game that I can't really explain other than its title alone. Basically, I grew up with this when I was young. It was one of the few sports games I could ever really play and be any good at. I know what you're thinking. Blackchibisan. Aren't you some form of nerd? Aren't you the kind of person that wouldn't play this kind of thing because it's sports? Well, that's the difference, and I know I have a T-rated channel, and I hope that nobody's bothered by 16-bit violence and slight dismemberment. But that's actually the brilliant thing about this game. You know how in certain modern-day football games, they have injuries, so you have your reserve teams that way. Well, this game is different in the extent that it doesn't... I'll show you. I will be playing as the Maniac All-Stars, and I will be playing against the 60-liners, which are the weakest team in the game. I think that's a shot at the 69ers, but that's not my point. Quick fill-in for those of you that have been watching my channel forever. This is going to be for classic Sega Summer, as the intro proves. This is one of the games I grew up with, so I'm going to be playing it. I turned all this up so I could show you guys everything, and hopefully in a single video. If not, I'll make sure it's, I'll make sure that I don't overthink it. But this will all be one recording session, so don't worry about that. As for why I've been gone, various reasons actually, but, one of the main reasons is, oh, this is one of my, this is actually one of the best things ever. Check this out. I totally got rid of a whole bunch of people with dynamite. Anyway. I've been working on various things and stuff like that, but, mainly, it's been a lack of wanting to, believe it or not. It's nothing else, really. Just lack of wanting. And as I've said before, you shouldn't, see, there's what I'm talking about, 16-bit blood, but, it's lack of wanting to. As I said before, if you're an LP, you really shouldn't play if you're not in the mood for it. That's another fun thing that can happen sometimes. So that's pretty much what it's become. Don't get me wrong, I'm still an LPer, to the core. Would never lose that. I'm gonna smash the QB. Anyway, and it's just, I've had too much stuff going on to go out of my way to, do it right now. Don't get me wrong, I'm not done LBing. I'm not finished yet. I'm just not really, I haven't really been in the mood for any of the things that I've done, and I've decided, I've promised myself that, if I'm going to LP anything else other than Classic Sega Summer, which, yes, this is going to be a return to, this is going to be a return to my LPing. If I'm going to continue an LP after Classic Sega Summer, then it's going to be my Fire Emblem one. You know, the one that's been sitting there doing nothing forever? But yeah, I'm gonna continue that one. And that's the plan. Yeah, part of the reason why I picked the 60-liners is it's very easy to just annihilate their whole team, and they can't continue once you kill their entire team. Booyah! Touchdown! Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna be returning to Fire Emblem when I do it. It's not that I'm not interested in my Super Robot Wars, it's not that anything else, it's just... I haven't played Fire Emblem in a while, and I'm currently doing a ROM hack on it. So, what better way to get back into the mood for it than, you know, playing it? Because, I mean, let's face it, okay, that was mean of them. Usually that doesn't happen, but yeah, I'm currently doing another ROM hack, my first one still being, incomplete. After I finish editing the Lyn part of the, of Fire Emblem, I'm gonna go back to, after I complete the Lyn part of Fire Emblem, I'm going to, I'm gonna go and try and finish up, editing the Sacred Stones, so that way I can finish off that story, because I've already figured out how they're all going to play into each other. Yes, all of my ROM hacks are gonna exist in the same proverbial timeline. That being said, sorry, I got distracted by the play. I'm gonna have to finish that up so people can legitimately play it and understand what I was going for. Now, as for the supports, I'm not sure I can, you know, very well do that, but I can try. Woo, touchdown. Also, I can get around to that eventually, but the main part is I'm going to be editing the story itself. The characters have already been edited, so, yes, I'm going to keep going for conversions, because in my test recording I never missed a single one of them. Yeah, once I finish editing the story, then all of the pieces will fall into place. Now, I didn't make my first, Fire Emblem ROM hack with in mind the idea of making a sequel. But when the idea occurred to me, I started quickly figuring out how to write the current one I'm making, to fit in. At first it was just going to be a few cameos, but after a few thoughts about it, I decided something. Crotch thrust of Olsen. I'm glad I'm showing off most of these. I may never have a chance to show off the person one, though. So, once I got the cameo in there, I decided that I was going to, that I was actually going to do it. It was just a matter of, proverbial time. So, what it ends up becoming is, I have to play them off of each other, which means I have to finish my first one. Now, I need to see what went wrong with it so that way I can fix any basically, I need to play back through it a little bit so that I can figure out what could possibly have gone wrong, but, see, this is what I mean by the 60 line issues exploding. Plus, they're all skeletons, so you get minimal offending of other people. But anyway, I'm gonna have to finish the story of the first one, so that way anybody who wants to know can actually figure it out. But yeah. So none of the previous story will be changed. I'll just finish editing it up, even though it'll be a tiny bit of a pain. But as I'm playing back through it, it'll be easy to pin down where I need to fix it. And my first ROM hack, just to warn people who may want to play it, was easy for the sake of comedy purposes, because that's what it was meant for. It was meant to be a light-hearted parody thing going on. But yeah. So this partially operates as an update. Getting back onto, I'm gonna make this one pretty big video, just because I talked for the first, whole 11 minutes about my ROM hacks and what I've been doing. Well, I guess I'll just do it here then. Because that was a really short video, shorter than I was expecting. Yeah. So, this is Mutant League Football. And I spent the entire thing talking about myself. No! Simply put, I'm gonna try and summarize it so all of you guys who came to watch the gameplay. Yeah. But effectively what it is think football game, except involving aliens, skeletons, humans, and goblins. And effectively what you're doing is you're going, hey, look guys, we're totally, in the case of this match, it was, we're totally gonna murder you for the sake of football. And something could be said of other people, but yeah, that's effectively what it is. It's football with violence. Lots and lots of violence. I wish I had a better way of explaining it. But no, that's all I wanted to show off. It's a game I grew up with. No, it's weird. Imagine an 8-year-old playing this, and then people are complaining about kids playing, games like Fable. Talk about Fable 1, not the other Fables, because the other Fables aren't as good as the first one. Still, have a good rest of the day, guys. I pretty much showed off what I wanted and had a blast, and as I said, it's basically football, with violence, and skeletons, and goblins, and aliens, and people. But the people, typical games, they don't actually stand much of a chance. I'll see you guys later.